Alright, we'll be replacing this universal joint because it's bad. So this is one way of how to do it. Not the way, just one way. First thing we do is remove these circlips. Get the pliers. Squeeze. Kind of twist at the same time. Sometimes they kind of rusted in there. You have to kind of tap them around. Get a little cheese. Just kind of move it around a little bit. Not too hard. You don't want to break it off, then you have another problem. But that should loosen it up some. Alright, so it's really tight on that side. Alright, move on to another one. We deal with that one after. See what this one's saying. See, I put a mark from the drive shaft to the yoke, just to make sure I put it back just like that. Alright, this one too, kind of stubborn. See if I can move it that way. Okay, moved. Squeeze him again. Out. So there you go. That one's out. Rotate him again. Alright, squeeze. Alright, this one don't move. Tap this one over some. It moved. Alright. Get that one out. Next, squeeze him. So we get one side moved. This side moved, this one didn't. So I'm gonna move this one over a little bit. I sprayed it with a little PB blaster first, just in case I had issues like this. And then the last one now, switch one didn't move. This one didn't move, this side didn't move, so move him over some. Alright. Move. You know, the last one always has to be a difficult one, eh? But it's coming. See? Alright, all of them are out now. Alright, alright. Now I'm going to separate the U-joint from the drive shaft and the yoke. And I'm going to separate it from the drive shaft first, so I can just have the yoke in my hand to operate. So the way I do that is I rest the assembly on these two outer parts of the yoke so that the drive shaft is free to move up and down, but the yoke will be resting on the device. Bring the vise in as close as possible for support. All right. Get your pliers ready. One of these pliers work really good. See it have that arch, work good. You get a big hammer. You're gonna hit here. Not there, but here. Just on the side right there. And it will move the drive shaft down, and then it will expose the U-joint cup. See? Watch. Ready? I'm gonna be hitting right there. And you see, come up. See? See that? See it's exposed right there? Then you use your pliers. Alright, it's been a little difficult. Let me just rotate it and do the other side, and then I'll come back to it. There's a lot of coming back to takes place working on these things. See that? Boom. Separated. So we have this left. Right, so we'll do the same thing with this. I'm gonna rest it on here. And then I'm gonna work this out. Alright. Separated. Same thing for this side. Put it back in. Flip it over. Set it down. And that's it. It's out. All of the old one is out. Simple as that. That's the old joint. See how these ones had grease on it and that one is dry? These had grease, that one's dry. So this one is the one that caused the fail, because the other three were good. See? Boom, bam. Yep. So now it's time to install. This is a new joint. It's a little bit trickier to install. Couple little tips and tricks. These are the new clips that goes with it. Here's a joint. All right. Look at the orientation of the grease nipple. You see it's more to one side than to the other. So when you install it, this goes to the rear end. So when you install it, you want to install it so that it's pointing more forward instead of installing it where it's pointing more back. It's going to be difficult to get the grease gun from this angle than it is to get the grease gun from this angle. Understand? So when you put it in, you want it to be like that, right? Grease nipple pointing to the front of the vehicle, okay? All right. So now, the fun part. A bit gentle now. You have to take these off. Let me see if we can do 2 at a time. 2 at a time. Just do these 2. Boom, boom. See, I put it so it's pointing forward. Go attach it to this first, and then afterwards attach it to the drive shaft. That way now I'm not messing with the grease like that. There are little rollers in here that can fall out of place, and usually I put a little extra grease in there just to keep them in there. Let me get some. All right, so you get the cup. I was looking, put a little bit of grease in there, just a little. All right. I reuse my gloves. Once they don't have no holes, they're good to go. All right, so I put a little extra grease in, just kind of wipe it around. It helps to keep the little rollers in place while you're getting ready to do the insertion. Because sometimes you're hammering and they will fall out of place and you have to take it all the way back apart again. Nerve-wracking. All right, so I use the vise to do this part. Put that one side. The first one, I just give it a little tap to start it. All right, it's kind of started. And next, again, checking for the nipple to be facing forward. Put this side up first. See, went up first. Then I'm going to go straight down. Up first, and then I'm going to go straight down into the one that I just tapped into place. See? Already in place. All right, see that? All right, cool. Next one now, I am going to start positioning it in, but I'm going to use the vise to start bringing it in. And you'll see, as I squeeze, I am going to be constantly checking for alignment. Make sure, because sometimes it can go in crooked. So like I'm here, I'm going to see if I can bridge across to the other one. Yeah. and I can. So right now I am in both of them. I'm touching on the bearings of both of them, which is good. So now I can finish closing it in. And then when I get this far, I check again, make sure I can go all the way on that one, all the way on this one, and I can. So I am free to go. Check again, I'm free. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So all I need to do now is finish sending these home. So I get a socket that matches the size of the back of this, a little bit smaller, and I'll use it as a pusher. Position it. Now, as I said, this is one of the ways. It is not the only way. Someone may have a different way, which is fine. I'm looking for the relief for the circlip. Okay. I just rotated it around. I'm going to push this side in as well. Still free. All right. Tight. Probably time now to use the hammer a little bit. Yep. Went down some. Right, this side needs to go down some as well, but this one is ready for the clip. So let me get my clips ready. Here we go. Alrighty. Pliers well with a clip. Oh. First clip is in. So this side done. But anytime I put it in, I always make sure put the socket in there and just give it a tap, just to make sure that it is home. So now it's time to do this side. That one felt a little bit stubborn, like it didn't want to go, but it went. Always nerve-wracking doing this thing. It's halfway in there. Put my socket on there. Make sure it's home, which it is. Really tight. But you can adjust that. We will adjust that later. Let me show you how you adjust it. See, it's kind of tight. So you set it on there and you move it back a little bit. It's a little looser. This side. A little looser, and then back to this side. And there we go. We're going to grease it. All right. Same drill again. Now it's time to attach the drive shaft to it. So we had our red mark. We're going to remember to line up our red mark. But first we're going to take the cup off. One there. One there. We're going to add a little grease. All right. Boom, boom. something you put a little moisture in there, make it goes in easier. All right, start with one side. And I get it in. Get it kind of square, kind of flush. Now we're going to attach the yoke. Remember the red mark? Put your finger in there, make sure that all of the bearings are where they're supposed to be. Red mark there, red mark here. So we're going in. This side does not have a bearing cup in here. So we're going in this side first. And then we're going to come across down into the one that we already started. Gentle. See? Nice. Nice. See that? Nice. So we're almost home. Just be gentle and careful. Because this is a tricky part. Now I'm resting on the drive shaft. Yoke is free. I don't want any stress on the yoke because I want to make sure that everything lines up smoothly. I don't want to force anything. All right, it's kind of down. Let me. Yeah. I slid it all the way up and it's lined up still. Still lined up. All right. It's lined up. My relief is open. You see the little lubrication of the joint right there made it a little easier on this one. Install this clip. Make sure the clip is home. Now I'm gonna rotate it. Start sending this one home. Yep, I am not bound up. All right, get this clip in. Make sure it's home. It is home. All right, I'm installed. So now I'm feeling how tight the joints are. You see how loose this is? Right, this one is tight. So I'm going to adjust this one out as well. So I open up the jaws. So it's resting on the yoke. And I'm gonna tap on the back of the drive shaft. Just one tap. See that? See how free that is now? And this one, that's it. All right. And then now the most important part after installing the joints is grease it. Could do it on the truck, but sometimes I forget. Don't hurt doing it now. And you pump until you see grease coming out of all four. And we check it again. Nice, 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 nice. And that's it. All right, cool.